Hello, welcome everyone to this good night evening stream. I hope you guys had a great weekend. So, yeah, today let's just get some music done. We already started this little how to write trailer music, how to write epic trailer music. So, I know we already started a song quite a while ago. I still have that song on my old machine. So I would say we just, continue writing something new. And then I will promise, or I promise that I will get this track over to my new machine. And because I still have not all plugins installed and everything. So, but let's just go for a little bit. And what I will start with, or what I will try to write is, some epic, like a typical epic trailer music with a little bit more of a rock attitude, but without sounding or trying to not sound too much like rock, because even though rock is always cool in combination with orchestra and always and other instruments, synth and stuff like this, but guitars, I have the feeling, or in general, there is a little bit of this attitude that that guitars are not really that welcome unless it's like really, dirty badass whatever music. Also, I hope that the connection works all right, so just let me know in the chat if anyone is there already. I see like two people here. So anyway, let's just get started and let's get some music done here. So I already sketched out a little bit of stuff. Probably will fetch my guitar because I had a little bit of an idea of what I want to do today. So, and I would like to write this in a little bit of a, as I said, rock attitude, but without sounding too much like a rock track. So, just in case, if you remember something like the Matrix soundtrack, something like Burly Brawl, something. Let's come up with something like this, and can see I don't get any connection to my own chat. Now it should work. Yep. Ah, Proofy. Thanks for letting me know. Okay. It's funny. I did a test like a few, like at 9, like an hour ago, and everything was perfectly smooth. But now it just starts. I get the dropouts again. So I hope it works all right. Okay. Something like this. Let's do it like this. Okay, so let's record it bit by bit. I want to turn that around. I know that already. Let me just... What is that? Okay. Okay, let's turn it around like this. Now we can just copy that that first half and then change the second one. just probably have to grab my guitar. Okay, so that should be... Okay, something like this. So let's make this the main theme. Let me just grab my guitar real quick and just let me check back. It's funny. I'm the only guitarist on this planet who doesn't find a pick in his pocket. So let's just check back. And then okay. So let's make it really low. Okay, like this. Okay, so quickly have to probably need an assistant. Something like this. No, let's just the first thing I'm going to do is not like sketching fully cable alarm, fully get like the first part done. The first thing I want to do is get like this entire red line, the story basically of that track done. So as you can see, I already have like a marker going from around roughly second one, something like the start of the track, to like 1 minute 30, that I have like hey Mofi Music, how are you? And Rich, I'm sorry, it's Rich. So that I just basically have the idea going of that entire track. I mean, I compare it to, maybe cooking or maybe telling a story. These are basically always my main things I'm thinking about when it comes to writing music. And I don't want to think music, because when you write a story, you already, you probably don't have just an idea of the first room where everything is starting, or what your main character looks like. You're not writing about that entire room, or describing what is in every corner and where does he go, and you don't even know how the story ends. So you probably think about that entire thing, the entire story. Or when cooking, you just don't sit there and just let's grab some rice and let's cook it, and without knowing what spice or what additional if you do, like what meat or what vegetables you put into. So you probably know what you will come up with at the end. And this is what I really like to do when it comes to music. So let's make this like roughly like solid 2 minutes. And I want to not doing really like speed composing, but get a good portion done so we know what we want to do. So this should be the intro basically. Okay, it all sounds a little bit funny. It will probably sound a little bit more funny during the entire first, next minutes of this video, but I really want to get this red line going. So what we're going to do, so just some rough layout for this, because this, let's do it like this. Let's create another track, which is just a simple MIDI track. And let's, I call this mostly like definition of the track, what I want to do. So this is, I know I could do, all this arranging stuff and all the parts, but I'm just old fashioned and just go in here and name this intro. And then I'm just going, and do something like the theme, or let's call it the theme, or some kind of a verse theme, something. Oops. Man, this is like a long... I got this new theme and I thought, okay, when somebody subscribes and you just hear this simple ding, but there's like an entire, little song coming in. Scions, thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for subscribing. Thanks a lot. So let's just, I should, yeah, subhype. Yeah, why not? Maybe I should just turn the volume down from the alert box, make it a little bit more subtle. So it's not like this entire, where's the alert box here? Okay. So, but I kind of like that hype alarm. So let's come up with something. Okay, just anything. Oh God. I can't even turn it down. I don't know. Well, okay, let's make this another practice of being really distracted from writing music. Okay, let's do something like this. I will probably, yeah, whatever. I just shut up for a second. Something like this. So we just get this theme done. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so just did we have a little bit of a something like with horns, maybe. let's do this. Okay, then I want to have okay, okay. Still not sure about this part, but something here, then we maybe have it again, and maybe with an alternate melody, and then then we have some quiet part, we have some break, and then we will go back to the it's too funny. Or maybe I should. Do you guys hear this in the same volume as I do? Because I can just turn down the desktop audio and everything and the alert box, but it stays in the same volume. It's kind of funny. But thanks, man. Thanks for subscribing. Okay, let's just do it. Let's just save, which is very important, and let's come up with a little bit of a synth. Let's start with a. Let's dig up some repro. Let's kind of get some, Juno reactor-ish, whatever sound. It kind of works. I don't want this. There's still some funny stuff going on here. I don't want any. It's your birthday. Okay, let's come up with something like this, but there's a little bit too much of this. Let's take the lead sounds. that sound. Is it some delay going on or something? There's some. Can't find it. No, we just try it like this. Okay. So I don't want to sketch work too much on this one part, but just get some. Oh, it dropped down the volume in the end. So I'm should be just checking that the alert box. I can set the volume here. So I probably have it. Oh, let's turn that down too. So should work okay. So. Something like this. What did I do here? Stupid today. Okay. You guys sort it out with that keyboard, but I really can feel it's really hard to find something which is really because I tried so much I mean, which is really hard to find a keyboard which is really working. I currently got this A61, the complete from Native Instruments, and there is still some funny stuff going on the mod wheel. So you always have a little bit of fragments or something going on when you record, and you hit a little bit too hard. You always have a little bit of a thanks for the, by the way, for the effect section. There is. Okay, that sounds better. Was probably something. Okay, it sounds a little bit better. A little bit like this. Yeah, it was funny. It was working all right at around like 9 when I just checked in. I didn't get any frame drop or anything, but right now it just starts to go a little bit crazy. So I hope the dropouts are not really that hardcore. I just have my laptop on the side here just checking, but I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I know, drums. We will need everything on this. We could have a little bit of a something like this. No, I'm just okay, so we just have it. So we built this maybe a little bit bigger, and then we go into the quiet part, and then we will have some, or maybe we should have, we first have the big build and then go into a quiet part. lots of string swirls in the typical Matrix, kind of that's string glissandi stuff, and some fun drum breaks. Maybe we do that in this part. I mean, we can move it around later on anyway, so. So it's like. Okay. Okay, and go a little bit crazy with beats and fills and slurs and whatever. So now we have something till a break, and then we maybe have some end part, and we reached our 2 minutes. So now we approximately know what's going on, so we can start a little bit working out the different parts. I just realized that the problem could also be that I'm streaming my own stream on my laptop. It shouldn't be a problem, but I mean, I just want to go sure that it's not. Okay, just have to put a little bit more. Where are my vocals? Need a little bit of more filter going on. Okay. So I'm just taking this for now. I'm not really sure if I will keep this one. Why are the high toms low? Hey? Did they probably turn it around? I don't know. I always thought the low toms are in the lower keys. But I think that was the case with Medusa. I think they had. So just want to make some. we have to program that anyway. So oh my god. So let's leave it like this and do the rest. Well, it's 8 notes anyway. One little bit of okay, just some rough fills. Have to get used with every different drum set. Everything is mapped differently. So we have okay. So I always try to take care of that drummers just have two hands, you know. So I have to make sure that daka daka poof that they hit the. Let's. Okay. Should work. Yeah, we'll probably add some guitar, but I want to do the most stuff with synth, but I want to make it a little bit more, yes, so bring it into the hybrid rockish area, but, you know, not make it like obvious guitars, because a very good example is when you listen to Burly Brawl from the Matrix soundtrack, and it's kind of that similar style, but they use some kind of a synth guitar, and there's a little bit of guitar going on, which is mixed slightly together with the synth, so it doesn't sound too, you know, metalish like, because I think that always prevents to getting used in commercial stuff in film and you know, for TV shows or whatever. As soon as you hear guitar, it's metal, and then it's kind of, you know, unless you have like a badass movie, some kind of a, you know, like a gangster movie or some, you know, kind of like Peaky Blinder stuff, something, then it works. But otherwise, you don't really hear any guitars for, you know, Avengers or anything. So just trying to play. Well, let's record it. So let's make it a little bit. A little bit of a hit here. Okay. So it reminds me a little bit of that recent stream we did with that recent stream with talking about the odd meter stuff. So I mean it's a pretty kind of a, let's say, traditional rhythm, but it's when you count this 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3. So that's a good example of how the entire structure is made of 3 groups, or groups of 3 and groups of 2. We can fill in the hits later, the breaks. I'm just maybe it's just better to go on the D. Something like this. Okay, so we just have to come up with some. So maybe we open up towards the end and then so what is going on? Oh, just a bit of here. So maybe right. No, let's use it like this. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think no. This is probably not really like Doom style. As I said, it's a little bit more like the Matrix, typical, maybe, kind of this escape thing, or like this, how do you say, when there is like a I forgot the word. Let me just dig that up. Like the typical chase scene when there's something going on like this. So maybe I will it would fit a little bit better, because if it would be Doom, it would be really like, lots of 8 or even 9 string guitars and really low synth and lots of distortion. But if we could, try to come up with something like this also after this one, maybe. Okay, what happened here? Okay, so now this is the passage where we go for these breaks. Something like risers and glissandi and stuff like this we will use. Maybe we should make it a little bit shorter, but I'm not sure yet. Well, let's make it one more hit here. So we just keep slowly evolving these ideas. I think we also could use a lot of, Pandora in these to come up with clusters and fill these spaces with some weird stuff. So we're getting off that rhythm, because we can't do all the time. So we just need to break it off a little bit. Okay. Okay, just copy this from there. Okay, just like a little, and we will fill that. So what I roughly want to come up with now also is when you put a lot of compression on the drums, they start to sound a little bit more artificial. Yeah, yeah, something immediate music used to make like 10 years ago, maybe. I mean, not in a bad way, but I think that style is pretty, you know, when you compare it to like that typical Matrix style, it's like a little bit of an old school track. But I just want to make it a little bit more modern, and so that it just keeps that style from back then, but this with the sounds of today. So let me just compress that stuff really hard. You definitely have to bring the cymbals down because they're getting a little bit too. I should get used that there is like this big thing here going on, so I'm not. So the thing is, when you listen to, or what I found the best way to combine rock with orchestra and these elements, or also synth stuff, it always makes a lot of sense when you compress that stuff really hard. And because what I'm trying to create is like, the problem is when you have orchestra going on, there is a lot of dynamics going on with the orchestra. If you program that right by not having velocities up to 127. But I also want to I mean, I want to leave that dynamics to the entire orchestra and have the you know, the backbeat, all the band and the guitars and the bass and everything, or the synth even, be something which is behind the orchestra. And this is what, at least when I tried it in a different way, that I wanted to put dynamics to the rock band too, that there was this struggle going on, and I felt this was the way of having this constant struggle between, I can't get my rock band right when I do orchestral music. And when I just started to compress that shit like crazy, it always added up a little bit because I kept the band small, but it was like, aggressive because there was a lot of compression going on. But you could turn it down a little bit and have the orchestra do the rest of the, or bring the entire dynamics with it. Yeah, it sounds pretty boring. So we have to do something. Maybe it makes sense already on this. up an octave and go from there. Let's make this pedal C. Sounds a little bit too much. That's too much harmony for now. We want to keep it a little bit more simple. Maybe just no. Let's have a little rub here. A little rub of notes. Okay, so we can copy that. Pedals here. Oh. Can't copy this. So you guys still got some dropouts or anything? I'm still getting some notifications here, but I hope it works. Okay, let's... Let's just kill all that and just make it... let's... No, let's keep the bass. Let's have a little bit of rub going on, maybe on the end here. No. Okay, let's make it here on this spot. Doesn't really work out to play like a 16th roll on one key. I don't like the toms from that library. I really, really love the snares, the kick drums and everything, and how everything is, also the cymbals, but the the toms sound horrible. I mean, of course, you have to split it up and process it in a different way. But when you listen to Medusa, for example, maybe we layer it that drum set with it, so we have a little bit of the details coming from this one, from Modern and Massive, and also um, some more epic drums coming from Medusa. It's probably a good idea to just that sounds a little bit stupid. So now we double speed here a little bit and go like. A little bit of more tension going on. Something like this. Oh, come on, Alex. Too many happy thoughts. So. What? Maybe it's cooler to go a little bit down, so not really like wasting away all the tension. Yeah, let's keep it like on the D. And let's do the rest with a some kind of a horn cluster swelling up, and then we go back to doom doom. Let's maybe do that right now so we don't forget it. Where do we have? I would probably have to load some more. Let's get this idea down right in a second. Where are you? Here you are. Brass. What do we pick here? Clusters. Let's try this one. Dynamic chaos sounds good. Something like this. Let's use this for a second here. Let's make this 8 beats. Okay, I still have my cold. I will be back right in a second, okay? And back again. So did you guys have your winter cold already? Let's call it Pandora Brass Cluster. That's pretty long. Oh. Yeah, good for you, Mike. Yeah. The funny thing is, especially before this weekend, I was talking to someone and saying, no, I usually don't get really sick, just maybe sneeze, how do you say, like a sniffy nose or some coughing. And then on the next day, it was like, boom. So, okay. So, okay, so let's go a little bit more. Okay, let's raise it. Let's see. maybe it sounds better starting. Mm-hmm. We have should probably do that little thing on a different layer already. Otherwise, it's getting too messed up. Let's do this with. Yep. Let's do this with the flute shorts. And this is minus 100 milliseconds. Still too loud. Oh yeah, you're on track to it, like that little tickling in the throat, and occasionally sneezing and getting your nose blocked. That's a nice feeling. Okay, so we have already a very good basic setup. So let's get this synth done. Already forgot how I... Okay. Let's copy this part. So we just stay with the root notes here. I think I moved the bass notes too. Oops. That sounds. It would also be a good thing where we get some really, let's load up some really fast. Where do I have my little trailer djembe? Do I already have it here? No, because I simply want some really fast. So I have to check in files. That's where's my own stuff? So here. I just love it. So just like it to layer it with some just some simple 16th notes below everything. Meh. Basically just want to keep that high stuff. Do I still have one? No. Yeah. Yeah, this funny thing of that Cubase EQ that there's just like 4 bands available. So just get this. Is there more going on? It's just also 4. But it's just 4. I still don't have my to-go EQ installed, which is the Pro Q by Pfeffer. Okay, so let's go with this one. It's way too much EQ window for this little snare. Oh, it's frequency. To be honest, I never. Let me just quickly load that because I never, just have to. Oh, this one. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it seems to be pretty cool because of the piano down here. Piano roll. This helps a lot, especially when you want to get. There's this funny thing also. What oh man, I don't really know how to pronounce her name. Hildur Gunnardóttir. I don't really know how you say it, but she did a lot of extracting frequencies from all the noises or the sounds. As far as I know, she was recording at the Chernobyl reactor, as far as I know. So when you record noises and you want to, let's say bring out the sea or something. So it helps a lot when you want to especially map this later on and make a contact instrument out of it. That sounds pretty cool. I can just show that if you're interested, you guys. It's actually something which I didn't release yet. I'm not really sure if I want to release it. I'm not even sure if I got it on my hard drive here, but I once had it's probably pretty interesting to talk about this, but I once recorded a tiny little library and it's called Subways, and it has nothing to do with sandwiches. I just did it. I was just running around my area and recorded subway trains, and then I just came to my mind because it would be funny to talk about this for a second. And yeah, I know about all the the most of the plugins of Cubase, but there was a time when I was completely on Studio One, so I didn't pay full attention to what was new. Or I know that there's Magneto 2 going on, which is pretty cool. But anyway, so this just brings this to my mind when it helps when you have an EQ, when you see all the frequencies in the notes exactly, because I started recording these subways. And the funny thing is I started extracting specific notes and mapped them as so I just did this little thing that when you move the mod wheel, maybe I should move it a little bit over here so that you can see that there is like a time lapse going on when people walking through the subway. And I just have like 8 patches done. I have to do some more stuff, but it sounds really cool. So this is just one patch of it. There's another one. Let me load another one. So it's funny because these are all signals I recorded from subways. I was just running around with my little, where is it? No, it's over there. Like my little Olympus recorder. And I recorded everything when there was breaks going on, or when the door opened and stuff like this. So I extracted these little things, and sometimes just did this freeze effect, but sometimes also just extracting frequencies of that. So just has nothing to do with the track we are working on. And so anyway, that I think was what do I pronounce her name even right? Yeah, I think let's Hildur. I don't want to, I always have this, spleen to just pronounce name the right way, so I'm not really a fan of just, trying to say it. But yes, she did that for Chernobyl, for the movie, for the series, for that little series, and I think she was extracting these notes, but in the core reactor or in the area around it. Okay. So just reading. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but they have probably this part of the company is just focusing, or it's probably third party stuff. I don't really know. That they just acquire the same with the Curve EQ. That I know that was a product of it actually says it in the by Voxengo, right? I some Voxengo stuff. The elephant. I remember the elephant. I probably have to install that and see how that developed during over time. So I just grab this one. Oh, that I think I didn't do any. Yeah, I shouldn't get too crazy here with in between notes or chord changes or anything, because I want to introduce some clusters and stuff, so it doesn't sit in the way. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, good for them that there are a lot of quality people sitting there. And yes, and the stuff actually sounds good. I mean, the times are long over. I mean, in the beginning, when um, I think Cubase was released, I was, my first version was probably something like 3.65 or 3.5 something. VST 3.5, the very first one. So and I also remember the first VST. I think it was called Neon something. And I mean, it was just, of course, it was like the first try, like baby steps in terms of VST plugins, but sorry, like sound, something, a VST which was producing sound. But the plugins, I mean, when I remember the first reverbs of I think they're still in here, like the reverbs, not reverberance, what is it called? But Roomworks. There was another one. It wasn't called Roomworks. There was another one before that, Studio Verb or something, or Reverb A and Reverb B. It sounded horrible. I really didn't like it. No, that's probably, the rest is too long here. I should probably go. Just make this all double time. Okay. I love this retrospective record. It saves a lot of time. Yeah. But if you play shit, it sounds shit too. No, I don't want you. Okay, so roundabout, we got like 1 minute 30, so we still need another 30 seconds. Something like this. So now we should introduce some quiet part here, maybe something with, wobbling drones or some chopped up. So currently we have this, chase scene, and the bad guy or the good guy, depending on who is following who, had some little time to rest in some sewer or something, like an abandoned house, and then there is a little bit of a downtime, and then we head for the finish. We head for the finale. Okay, so let's make this. Yeah, great to hear that the music has, amped you up, motivated you to write something. I really want to fill this thing up probably the next time. So we just make sure that we just add a little bit of. Let's just make this obvious where we have this little down part. Yeah, let's get rid of the let's call this bridge for a second, and then we go to the finale. We don't make it like really, we make it probably, we let it erupt for like 8 bars or something, and then go into like a really like something like this. So we just bring it really over the top with a lot of swirls and wind arpeggios and stuff like this. So this probably may be a good idea. So bridge, and then, well, I mean, we probably will, turn around and cut and, paste some parts or come up with something new, or maybe, delete something, which sounds annoying, because that's a good thing when you listen so much to the same track over and over. Again, some parts become very annoying pretty quickly. And if you, I mean, currently we just have like 4 instruments or something, but yeah, I really have to get into the new Cubase plugins, definitely. So yeah, currently we just have like 3 or 4 instruments, so it's a little bit limited in. Let's add some brass. Let's add some Junkie XL brass. Let's add some trombones. Let's have to be a bit careful because they always need a little bit. Oh, it's already there. Let's see. something like this. Let's try this. No, it stays here. It's only A flat. Okay, just to go sure. Yeah, the Junkie XL brass. I mean, seriously, if you have, still looking for a great brass library and you really want, some really, really great sounding. I mean, let me just show you this real quickly because the only thing I used for this setup, so I built my own, let's say not build my own setup, but I loaded the staccatissimo, the Mikado short, and the sustains. Basically, I did the same, or I work with the same what I used for my official demo back then, but I have it all going out on the same MIDI channel, so I can play the staccatissimos, the Mikados, and the sustains. So I can, be pretty, free in what I play. I don't need any key switches because... And now the funny thing is, I really have to show this really quick. The only thing I loaded is the Alan Meyerson and Junkie XL3 microphones on all this. Nothing else. It's just one microphone position. So let me just quickly load the... let's just load the mid ones and the room. Mid ones and room. So I loaded, and this is where the fun starts. So let me just add the, I don't want to, overdo it. So I'm not hoping that I crash my machine. Otherwise, I would be gone for like a few seconds. So let me just add the surround microphone. So we have like 4 microphone settings, microphone positions playing with all of these articulations, like the staccatissimo, Mikado short, and the sustains. So for this, we just maybe get rid of the surround microphones. And yeah, I mean, we have a lot of, microphone positions is nothing new for a sample library, but it's just the first time I feel this is really the very first time, without hyping or anything, the first time that I feel that microphone positions really make sense. I mean, usually, okay, you got like the closed microphones, you got the tree, you got some patches, the room patches, or some, surround microphones, or some, wire ships, like the ship microphones for recording some room ambience. But I feel it's the first time that it really makes sense to record different microphone positions, because you can really create your own sound. I could load the traditional microphones and have like a completely different, not like the traditional, but more the, the mix with a little bit of the classical approach. I'm not really sure if that's the right word, because But you know what I mean. I mean, there are like traditional mixes. Let me just pull it up again. So you get the. Oh no, I just have the Almeyerson and Junk XL. Right, I have these on my old machine. I just had the normal trees going on, so I wrote also my entire demo is just the, let's say the regular or the standard tree microphone setup. So basically, the entire library was just 20 gigs. Well, let me just read a little bit of the chat. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's quite some money, of course, but it's definitely, definitely worth it. I mean, of course, if you have a lot of other stuff and you're not maybe, there are not a lot of projects inside right now, of course, it may be a little bit steep, of course, but it's definitely a no-brainer if you're looking for something massive and which is very versatile, and then it's definitely worth it. Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah. But I'm not, I'm not some kind of not getting money from the orchestra tool guys. Okay, so we just maybe connect this. Oh no, that. I'm not sure if that's too majestic. This is also crazy. I mean, if you see how low I have the volume of the brass right now, if I would just, so everyone's awake now. Yeah, but it's, I mean, you really have to dial it down to like, what is this, like minus 15 dB? Yeah, I agree. Fully agree regarding the plugins. That's really something which is, kind of a bit messed up. A lot of people like, hey, I recently got my new DAW. What plugins can I buy? And they completely forget that there's like everything inside. So you basically don't need anything. I just, you know, actually I just went with the Slate bundle because I just wanted to have this dresser sound because I know that from a studio. I, let's say I helped out with and did some application years, or not really years, but quite some time. I just went to that guy and I was annoying, and I said, "Can I sit next to you, just watching over your shoulder and looking what you're doing?" And he was really good, with all that compression stuff. I mean, he's like a genius when it comes to recording, especially drums. And I fell in love with that distressor sound. So I was really happy when there was the Slate bundle available. And I think it's also worth it. So I sometimes curse a lot when I use it because of the iLok stuff. But this is basically some also connected to probably my old machine not being able to handle USB stuff very well. I had a lot of dropouts, and then you had to reboot the machine in order to load the iLok right and stuff like this. Yeah. Yeah, to be honest, I think for this track, I would leave it like this. So we basically have the full the full layout, except like the ending maybe, and that little part. Let me just switch to chatting, the chatting screen here. Also, I got some new light going on. So it's a little bit more bright in my studio, not maybe that cozy anymore, but I was totally annoyed by that fuzzy quality when you just look at the stream and you had this, the monitor screen was crystal clear, the picture, Cubase and everything, but you had like this fuzzy picture of my webcam. So I didn't like this. So it turned out it was the lighting. Um, yeah, but that's what probably, yeah, of course, like, yeah, the Cubase Pro. Yeah, that would probably make a lot of sense to, yeah, to sell the full Pro thing, being able to have all the tracks and everything, and then additionally the plugins or the VSTIs. What I would probably never use, to be really honest, is all that Hellion stuff. I'm really not a fan. Also, not of the. Um, there are some good sounds, but but this entire Hellion library, also the media bay, it's totally. You just open it up and it just completely slams you with all that stuff and all this. So when I see this, it's like I'm getting, you know, I'm used to this, and this is why I honestly love Studio One 4 that you have on the side screen. Let me just switch back for a second. Where you have on the side screen, you have this. It looks a little bit like. No, actually, I have nothing in here. Yeah, but you have that little side screen and you just have effects and you have instruments, and then you can just switch around with, I think, F6 and F7 or F5 something, and you just see all your instruments and all your effects, and you can just drag it over. And to have this in Cubase, it's really like a pain in the butt, because I started doing it by saving the patches under favorites, but it's really, it's really chaotic. You mean the UAD interface to use the distressor? Yeah, I mean Slate recreated a model or modeled or have their own version of the distressor, and there is another one called the arouser, right? Which is basically the original, because Empirical Labs isn't it a company from the original hardware distressor, and there's also a UAD version of it. I was reading through I think Gearsluts a lot when they compared all these things. And it was funny because people always compared different. I mean, let's say like that there was a quality difference between all these plugins, but what most of them forgotten, there was one guy, I forgot his name. He was, bringing it to people's attention that if you put like the threshold on 3, it doesn't mean that it's like the standard 3 dB or something, or that you have the ratio 2 to 1 or something, that it's the ratio, or let's say, man, let's pick this up. Let's load this for a second here. Where do I have it? Yeah, let's put that on here for a second. So that the attack, when you put the attack to like 9.30 or something, and the release to 4.80, that it is actually the same as if you would do it on the hardware version or on another model of the plugin, because everybody measured all this stuff differently, and model it differently. So it doesn't mean when somebody brings it down to like minus 6 dB that it's the same on all these different versions, and that is why they sound different. But when you adapt all these changes by ear, from comparing it from one plugin to the other, they sound pretty similar so far. And I really like the sound. There's some special sound in it. And yeah, right, you get the arouser without the UAD. I'm not really sure if I should get. I really just hear good stuff about their plugins, UAD, but to me it's still the most important dongle you can get. The most important dongle you can get, because I mean all their plugins are safe. Seriously, I mean there is no cracked versions or anything happening with UAD, and they're just very successful in keeping their stuff to their let's say to their own platform, so it doesn't get cracked or pirated. Which I would totally support, but I don't see a reason to spend like all that money to have some additional CPU when I have like an 18 core sitting here and 128 gigs of memory, which isn't big factor for plugins, but I mean just in general, I have enough power. I don't need any additional 2 gigahertz or 4 gigahertz hardware device. Yeah, I saw the Luna. I'm not really sure what I should think of this, but I think it's not really like a digital audio workstation or like a DAW, like a sequencer in that sense. I think it's more aimed towards being a recording station and have their plugins, probably in the way they intended to use them within a recording setup. So I think it's like more of a recording, like a 24 tape machine um, software, of course, with more channels. So, yeah, I think I would call it a day for this track. We definitely continue this. I also know I can't say for sure when it is happening, but I think I already announced this. But there will be another giveaway soon of a new library which will be released hopefully this week. So I will let you guys know. It's a very cool library. We will do a full review, and after that we will go into a giveaway and introducing a bit of more prices and a new system. So actually, if one of you guys, I'm not really sure if one of you guys said or had some comments about the contest giveaway system I was doing regarding the points and all that. I actually thought a little bit about this, and I now set up, or let's say signed up with a new service, and it looks way more beautiful, way more fancy. So you really love staring at this. But it also has what were the features that you can pick a winner out of all participants. So participants, is that the right word? Participants. So all people who signed up for the contest, they will be picked up a random winner. But if you have a higher amount of points, it will slightly increase the chance that you will pick. But there will be, let's say, if there are like 300 or 500 people having signed up, it will try to include all of these people and not just picking maybe like top 10 or top 20. Yeah, I mean, who knows, maybe we could, maybe there, I mean, I should probably talk to orchestral tools if we could do something like this. I'm not really sure. I don't want to carve anything in stone and not making like a little you know cut out that part of the video and send it to the guys. But I mean, I will make sure to ask if this is possible. So maybe we could have um this coming on too. But this is not the library um what I was referring to. You will see that it will probably could also be that it will that it's already released right now, but I'm not really sure. I don't want to give away too much, but it will happen this week. So, so just in case you don't have any questions left or anything, I would just call it a day and make sure to head to bed and get rid of that rest of the cold. But yes, I will let you guys know when I have the next stream. So hopefully it will happen again this week. And also, just in case somebody German is watching, I will definitely go for save a day to have like a little bit of a trailer production, epic style. Ah, yeah, somebody, gute Besserung. So, yeah, probably. The funny thing is, when I see all your nicknames, I probably know you guys all by name and face. But but I can't always remember or connect the faces and the guys with the nicknames. But anyway, I will definitely have a bratwurst a bratwurst video where we just talk about trailer production, and it will be just in German. It's pretty actually happy because I never actually did a tutorial video in my mother language, and probably will be a lot of fun. Oh yeah, we have one more question. There was one problem about short Mikado articulations in solo trumpets. Samples have very weak attack, not like in long Mikado articulations. When we can hear very clear, strong attack. I hope you know what I mean. Okay. So you think that the Marcado articulation was so to answer this really, really quick, I mean, I would always try to layer to come up with layering. I did that since ever, since when Project Sam sold their first horn library. I was trying to load always the sustain and the staccato stuff. So I didn't want to, go in there and just compare or anything. But this is the reason why I love layering. That you just load the, yeah, Kraut, the Marcato samples with a little bit of the staccato samples or the staccatissimo samples, and yeah. So I can't really say anything to that testing video. I think I saw bits of it, but I think I was also watching that video. Was it like a few weeks ago when Daniel James streamed that video about Junk XL Brass? Because I think I was there for like half an hour, 45 minutes, something. Yeah, right. So I probably missed the part with the um with the solo trumpet. But to be honest, I mean, if I would go for a strong attack, I would always, you know, include several trumpets instead of just going for one. I would just use it for maybe legato stuff and um, you know, maybe some of more of the emotional stuff. And when it comes to those hardcore, trailerish staccato lines, I would probably introduce like three. But yeah, well, no, I think in the beginning, to be honest, I thought it's a little bit crazy to stream like 5 to 6 hours. But I mean, if you sit there probably his stream time is like Saturday. So this is it could happen that what I was trying to say, whether that I save the day one day or save the date for one day and just go for like a full day of German trailer production to just compensate all the time I wasn't active in my mother language. so I mean, I will probably become crazy too, and come up with a 5 to 6 hour video. Okay, so yeah, I think I should call it a day, and it looked like okay with all the dropped frames. Well, actually, if you think about it, I had like it said that I had like 47 dropped frames, but to be honest, I mean, 1 second of video material got 24 frames. So this shouldn't probably, you know, this shouldn't be a problem at all, I think. Or did you encounter some strange stuff happening? Or maybe some reloading of the screen? Because I just I'm just staring at my laptop right now and just checking out what is going on here. And it seems to be all right. So oh, that's cool. Thank you. Yeah, I think the main quality problem with my camera was the lighting. So I actually got this Elgato key light, which is very cool because it's very huge. I mean, not like this, maybe like this, maybe like this. And it's very decent to work it because it's bright, but it's not like, shining in your eyes, because I had like a smaller one, a Kuhlmann light, and was like this small, but you really had to you turn it up. So you were sitting like this in front of the screen and trying to make music. So this is actually pretty pretty good to work with. Yeah. Okay. It's kind of weird to see myself, in delay with like a few seconds and this, oh my God, what did I do there? Okay. Yeah, I think I probably should lower, maybe try 5 Mbit or something, but I wasn't really sure if the quality will suffer again, but I think I should be fine with even 4 something. So maybe I could lower this and have a bit better, you know, um, less dropouts. But anyway, I record the video to hard drive, and I will go that route in the future too, that I will manually upload the video to YouTube. So you make sure that you really got a nice high quality video and not the stream quality of that video being uploaded to YouTube. And especially during the last stream, when I was doing also, when I was streaming to Facebook and YouTube, I suddenly had like a drop in quality to like 720p, which is still okay. But when you have like a fairly big screen, like a 27-inch or something like 1440 times whatever pixels, it looks a little bit funny when you suddenly, especially, need to see all that stuff on the screen. So it was a little bit funny to look at. Yeah, 60 frames per second trailer, game streaming. So probably have some session where I'm just pulling out some game, start gaming in between. No, just kidding. Yeah, I should probably get something like with a 4,000 bit rate going and see how that works, or at least a 5,000. Okay, so I think I have to call it a day and get to bed for a second. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned. I will let you guys know, notify you when the new stream is coming up and when we have that contest going, and you will see it on YouTube anyway, just in case if you missed it. So thanks for being here. Have a nice evening or a nice day wherever you are, and talk to you soon. Bye. Ciao.